Hey guys, this is the one that you want to hear, see, listen to, whatever. If you come in and out of the podcast or you come in and out of the video cast, this is going to be really important. In fact, I'm going to do a series all week long, or for the next 5 or so, depending on when you're listening to, on your client as your hero. There's a huge reason for this because this is the one thing that you can do that can truly change everything, but it requires a little bit of a mental shift in how you think. So first, what I want to do is I want to break down for you the two biggest mistakes that I think are the reason that many businesses, large and small, struggle with marketing. So here's the thing, marketing is simple, but it can be confusing, right? Because there's not enough frameworks, there's not enough how-tos, and a lot of it is a lot of theory, right? And the fact is that a lot of businesses just spend so much time and so much money and so much experimentation kind of throwing things up against the wall and seeing what sticks, and they just don't get a lot of benefit from it. And it really sucks. It's so unfortunate because it can make you question, is my product or is my service really that good if I can't get people to buy it? And this is the reality. You do not need the best product or service to win in the client wars or the customer wars. It's good if you have the best product or service because that means you're going to keep your customers. But when we're talking about acquisition is all about everything that happens before they give you the money. And if that's the case, then you've got to really be thinking about, get away from your product or your service for a minute. You really have to be thinking about, what am I doing before they hand me the money that might not be working? And I'm going to kind of give you what I think are my two biggest mistakes, and here they are. They are, one, you're mistaking the hero, and two, you're confusing the offer. So let me let you understand why I talk about the client hero. All right. We are relentless here about seeing our customers, our clients, the people that we serve basically as heroes. And I want you to think about that too. But the reason that many businesses don't succeed is they actually try to become the brand hero, right? They are trying to let their product or their service or their company be the hero of the story. And right there is where everything starts to fall apart. What you want to do is you want to think of your customer or your client as the hero. And the reason for that is, and you've heard this before and other things, is they're on a journey to solve a problem. They're on a quest. And it's the reason that storytelling for selling is so effective. So number one, you have to think about your customer or your client as hero. And it's better if you think of them as clients, because clients are people that you are there to serve. Customers can sometimes feel like you're giving them a commodity, right? And so even your mental mindset of, I don't care what your customers or clients look like, but the mental mindset of thinking of them as clients is going to do you some good. And the mindset of thinking of them as the hero of a story is going to take you up even another level. And so I want you to start thinking about your clients as heroes because they are on a journey to solve a problem. Now, the other big mistake, so get that in your mind right now, kind of bookmark that. My client is my hero. My client is the hero of the story. Just tattoo that to your forehead. Remember that. My client is the hero. Remember that. Okay. The other thing, the big reason that many businesses struggle, right? You may be getting some sales, you may be doing okay, but chances are, or you should, you can always do better. Right? Or maybe you've hit a plateau and you're trying to go how do I push past this and get to the next level? Well, the other thing that happens a lot is that your offer is confusing, right? So the simple fact is that people understand our brains are hardwired to kind of separate the useless stuff that we can't that we can't process, that doesn't seem like it's important, to get that out of the way so that we can find the little kernel, the pearl, the little prize that we're looking for. And when you are unclear about your offer, when your offer is confusing or your offer is even nebulous, right? A lot of service providers, people who provide services, are very sketchy about their offer, not intentionally, but it's like they can't just like, boom, this is what it is. It's this, and you get this. So the other big thing that kind of holds you back is having an unclear or confusing offer. When you fix these two things, when you start thinking of your client as hero and you give them a very particular special offer, the one that they're looking for, the one that they can't refuse, magical things seem to happen. But the next question is how? Okay, fine. I get it intellectually, I get it theoretically, but what exactly am I supposed to do with this? Well, the biggest, most important thing that you can do is develop a detailed client persona. And what I'm talking about is not like some little exercise that you spend 15 minutes on, like, oh yeah, our persona is this age, this gender, lives here, has this much money, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about getting into deep client empathy or hero empathy, right? You have to really understand what makes them tick in order to be able to give them an offer they can't refuse. It's just that simple. You have to understand the journey that the hero is on in order to be able to know what is it that they need to accomplish their mission on that journey. Do they need a shield? Do they need a sword? Do they need a flamethrower? Like, what is it? Just think of your bedtime stories. Like, what is it that hero needed? Maybe they needed a magic wand or a magical, golden slipper or something like that, right? So how do you do it? So I have spent the last 15, 20 years doing marketing. I'm going to be honest with you. I have done client personas and customer personas to varying degrees. Some of them were like not so great in my early days. I kind of knew what they were for and I created them, but then it was overly theoretical. So what we have developed over probably the last 10 years is what we call the ultimate persona template. And it's something I'm going to share with you for absolutely free. So just hang tight. But the reason I want you to start thinking about your client as hero and do this ultimate persona template is because just by the sheer act of doing this, it's going to take some time, by the way, and it should take some time. This is where you need to put the time in for your marketing strategy. But as you go through this persona template, what you're going to start to discover is, okay, fine, you're going to get all the demographics and the psychographics, etc., but you're also going to be doing a little bit of deep diving into what are their motivations, right? What are their goals, but what are the motivations behind those goals? And what does the future look like for them if they were able to accomplish that goal? And like, how do you future pace? And what story are they really on? And not only that, you're going to be able to, when you put this stuff together, so that's going to help you automatically start thinking of client as hero. You are going to get into that mental space. You're going to get into the story. You're going to start seeing these things. You're going to work through these. There's all of these different modules on the template that you're going to work through that I guarantee you, when you complete it, you are going to have a completely different understanding. This one mental shift, this one little shift, if you do it, is going to change everything. So you're going to go through and you're going to find a bunch of things out about your client. But the other thing that is going to help you do is really start to understand their deep-rooted needs. What is the real problem? What's the problem behind the problem? What is it that's keeping them from getting to where they want to go? And so what fills that gap? What are those needs? Because when you can start to understand that, you can build a crystal clear offer they can't refuse. So think about it this way. If there's somebody out there that you really understood the struggle that they were going through, and you knew exactly what they needed to do to overcome that struggle, and you said, hey, I have, you're going through this struggle. I've got this tool for you, whatever the tool needs to be. This is going to help you overcome that struggle. Would you like this? Their answer is going to be like, yes, please, that's exactly what I've been looking for. And that's all selling should really be. right? The selling shouldn't really be about like, hey, look how good my thing is, right? It should really be like, God, I see you struggling with this. I see you want to be able to do this. I mean, from the majestic to the mundane, I don't care what it is that you're selling, but you should be able to say, God, I see that this is what you want to get done. I've got this tool or this implement or this knowledge or this service or whatever it is that's going to help you get to where you're going. Is that something you'd be interested in? They'd be crazy to say no, especially if you deliver to them in a crystal clear way and it has very high value. So again, what this ultimate persona template is going to help you do is also discover those things so that you can make those really irresistible offers. So remember, the biggest reasons that you may be struggling, if you're struggling, or that you're just not getting everything out of your business that you really wanted to get, is because you're mistaking the hero. You're overly emphasized on yourself. Huge mistake. You're there to serve. It's plain and simple. Your job is to serve. Because if you do, people will give you money. It's a good exchange. It's a good value proposition. I've talked about value proposition. So you've got to understand your client is hero. And number two, you need a clear offer, one that they can't refuse. And this persona template is going to help you do this. So I wanted to get started by sharing that with you today. What I'm going to be doing for the rest of the week is I actually want to walk you through the ultimate persona template so that I can get really clear with you on each of the sections and what you should be doing. And when you finish it, I'm telling you, it is going to change the way you see your business. This one little piece, this kind of persona template is sort of the first part of our big 9-part marketing canvas framework that actually tells you how to execute your plan. But this piece is the most important. This is the gateway. You get this wrong, like none of the other dominoes that should fall. So I want you to go download it. Oh, so right, I promised this to you. So go download the Ultimate Persona Template. I'll be walking you through it over the next couple of podcasts and couple of live broadcasts. And you can get it. Just here's an easy URL that we got for you. Just go to personatemplate.com. personatemplate.com. It's that easy and it's free. So download that. I'm going to be walking you through it. And I want you to take the time as you sit down and start to do it to get into deep empathy with your hero. One last thing. You notice I'm saying hero, not heroes. Which means as you go through the exercise, I want you to have your absolutely ideal prospect in mind. I mean, if you're going to go through this, if you're going to start attracting, new clients, you may as well attract the best ones, right? So I want you to be thinking about who is that ultimate ideal hero that I want to start attracting. And I actually should say that I want to start serving, that you want to get into business with. So that's the last thing. So listen, I am super excited about this. I'm going to deliver so much freaking value as you get through this. And I know it's going to really shift how you think about things. If you can get this, you can do a couple of tiny tweaks with how you communicate to your hero, right? How you communicate to your prospects, your clients, that without having to go build a new website, without having to change a single thing about your product or service, is going to give you a leap forward in your performance. I guarantee it. So that's it. I will see you next time. I'm excited about this. See you next time.